Hi everybody, welcome back to the craft space. I've been having people ask me for a tutorial on the dolls that I make, the sock dolls. So I thought that I would start one and get it up so that they would understand how I do these. So these socks are just the white ones, and I do make the doll bodies before I make the dolls dressed. Okay, so they're and you don't have to, but I like to. So I buy these socks, and you get like, I think it's like 12 pair for $7.99 at I find mine at Family Dollar. These are the only parts of the actual doll that's not from the Dollar Tree, that you can't get at the Dollar Tree. And you could probably get these, but if you'll notice that these aren't the real thick. These are really thin socks. They're really thin. And that's what I want. I want the really thin one for the actual body part, because the big thick ones like this from the Dollar Tree is what I make some of the doll's clothes out of. This doll's clothes is made out of some that are not the thick kind, right? She's not finished either. But a sock itself, right? And I started making these dolls for my Sunday class I teach, because they are 2 to 4 year olds. 2 to 4 year olds will take a Barbie's clothes off, and they will, and all they needed was something that they could hang on to and love. This thing needed more love and more care than what they did while their parents was listening to the sermon. So that's why I started making these. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here, and I'm going to cut this sock straight across, right? I mean, it's literally going to go straight across. I don't want the heel of it, right? Don't need the heel. I just need to go straight across. So the heel is the part that is left, right? And the top, right? Don't throw this part away. But this is what we're left with, right? And I'm going to do that twice to 2 different socks, because one is going to be the head of my doll and one is going to be the body of my doll. So the head I leave just like this and stuff it. So we'll do that later. The feet of it, we're going to make it to where, turn it, goes from this way. This is the middle of the sock. So make it the middle down here and straighten it out so that you have the seam that goes right here around your toe, right there, right? And then we're going to take it, as soon as I get it in the middle, I guess. We're going to take it and we're going to fold it in half. Okay, this is the cut I taught. Up here's where I cut. Down here's where your toes go. We're going to turn it around, and I'm going to cut this into a circle, into a semi-circle, right? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this. Whoop, yeah. Into a circle. When I open it up, I won't open it up yet, because I forgot that I need to take that in the middle, which doesn't matter. In the middle, I'm going to cut up to make each leg. Now, I've got each leg, and these are going to curl during sewing. I hand sew everything, so I'm going to turn these wrong side out. You can pin them if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depending on how bad they curl. But you'll just straighten them out. If you're better with a sewing machine, use a sewing machine. But I was making these dolls at work, therefore I didn't have any sewing machine at all. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew from this side, right? Whoop. I'm going to sew from this side and go all the way around, in between the legs, down, up, and around the top. Make an M, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I will come back when I've got this sewn and stuffed, and this stuffed, and then we will close them up together. All right. See you in a bit. Okay, everybody. I got that done. Before we go back into the doll bodies, I wanted to show you what I actually fill the parts with. I use this polyfill, right? And I do it because this stuff is so soft. But I wanted to show you. You get this part out. Now this is just a little part just to show you. But if you get a part out that you want to stuff your doll with, you pull this apart. And, right? You pull it apart and you mix it up. That way there's not big lumps. And you don't just have like this lump, and it leaves big lumps in your... Pull it apart, add it together, and it will add like, it becomes like one, right? But it fluffs up so much, right? So this is what I use, and I got a whole big bag. They don't, you don't have to get this one. I think this one is like 50 ounces, right? This is a big one because, well, I use it for lots of different things. Anyway, I've got these in different sections. This one I have finished. We've stuffed the body and we've stuffed the head. But you can see, right? And I've closed it up. And then the head of it this is the front. And the reason you know that is because in the back is this line right here. So if I had it this way, you would be able to see them from it with its hat on. So over here, they put that in the back, and this is a nice clean surface. Okay. This one, I've closed up the head, right? But not the body. So with the body, you just take a running stitch right along the edge, right? Cinch it closed, poke in your edges, right? And then seal it shut, okay? But with the head, you know how we cut that off and we have all this, because, I mean, the only way I can tell you to do this is to stick it on a body and see if that's what you want. If it looks too big, take some out. If it looks too small, add some. Right? That's the only way to tell. But I have all this extra, right? So I just take this and I cut it off, right? And I do the neck the same way. Poke this in, run a stitch around it, cinch it closed, and then there's your head, right? So, and then when you get it to this stage, basically you start your stitch under here, right? Just slip your needle in and you grab this one, grab this one, grab this one, grab that one. And you keep going in little small things. You just keep going up and down and keep going, and pretty soon that you will have your head on. So I will do this stage and the other stages, and then we will come back. But this stage, right, is, like I said, start here, go through here, close to this, right here, just right around here, right? So you can see where it is. You can even hold it together. Go from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. Just keep going from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, all the way around, right? And I always finish off, and finish off in the back. And I always look at my pieces and it's just a preference. Which one looks like the front and which one looks like the back? There is no front and back, but which one do you prefer? I prefer this line in the sock, which is goes right along your toe, right in the back. So I make sure it's in the back, gives me the whole surface to make a face with, right? So I'll get this done and then we'll come back for the next step. All right, see you on the other side. All right, everybody. What we have is, I figured I would show you this step since it's one of the hardest steps to do. And I just got finished closing this head up right here, right? So my needle is still attached. This is how I normally do it. I don't normally do 3 at a time. So my body or my head, my string is still attached. So I figure there's the back. This is the line that I say is the back, right? So I line it up with what I feel is the back on the legs, right? And this is something that you just have to play with, right? I don't like starting these in the beginning or in the front, right? So, but see, I grabbed at the bottom, and then I will grab some of the top, right, and pull, and it just matches up. Go back down to your bottom and back up to the top. And if you get the hang of it, you can do like 3 stitches at once. Just grabbing the top and grabbing the bottom. And you can see that it is starting to come on. So I'm going to get this done. We'll come back and I'll have all the dolls done and we will start dressing them. All right, see you on the other side. Okay, we got the body and the head on, and it is sewn on all the way around, right? So this is your doll body. Okay,